I'm so glad you're here. I'm Rieta, and today I'm creating another 8 men in 8 totally different styles. I'd love to know which one ends up being your favorite.
The whole idea came from the popular 100 baby challenge, where everyone needs many handsome baby daddies. We all want cute babies in our legacy challenges. And I also wanted to explore different male aesthetics. Last time we started with a preppier one. I will link the video in the corner. This time, to shake it up, our first man will be athletic. I imagine someone with a muscular physique and somewhat attractive features, despite not being a typically handsome man. Maybe he is, he's just not aware? You tell me. Someone who looks like the cool guy, who knows everyone but is not cocky about it. The guy from the block who is always on his feet, moving around, not caring about looks, just a good time. He's not into fashion or anything, that's why his hair is minimalistic, the less effort the better. Wears comfy shorts and a vest with a hood, some kind of running shoes. His name is Jordan. Being fit is his lifelong aspiration, because it goes well with his active bro lifestyle. Every one of these men will be romantic. Next up is a style that has nothing to do with the previous one. The athletic screams youthfulness and active to me, so this will be less young and more slow. Let's create a grandpa aesthetic just for fun. Have you seen my building dedicated to elders? I just continue with the theme. This one will be also a young adult, but with a hairstyle and facial hair that reminds me the older generations. For clothing, I was thinking about a shirt or a nostalgic sweater. It's great that some tops combine both. The geometric pattern and also the color palette on it reminds me people above 60. No offense. It applies to everything I create in this video. I do not intend to judge or make fun of everyone. This is just the way my brain visualizes these styles. John here is a generic guy. Wants to know many things, likes food, but is a bit lazy. Good thing is, you can learn while sitting on the couch. I have found that there's a clothing style for men that specifically uses vibrant colors. The more the merrier. I knew immediately that it is the opportunity to have another redhead. Not a natural one this time, but someone who chose this color. A man that is bold, that does not care about convention, maybe even lets go of gender roles. This may or may not mean that he is also attracted to men. Maybe he is just a bit eccentric because of his origin. He will wear many rings and even wings. Yes, since we will have all the occults throughout these two videos, someone had to be a fairy too. I feel like this style with the red and pink will suit his bubbly personality. I almost had him wearing heels, but it felt too controversial. Nail polish and the blush are enough. I first randomized his name to Ryan, with the last name I hope is appropriate, but rather changed it, so Mike here is extremely friendly, generally a good person, but cringiness comes naturally along with his style. The next one will be quite opposite again. Not bright and bold, but white and gold. I had to change the face preset to not get distracted from my vision. With this style, I imagine someone with a slightly tanned skin, long wavy hair, and bright blue eyes. It will contrast nicely with the skin and black hair. A bit beachy, but not completely. As far as face features go, I try to make everyone unique, and the sad eyes captured my attention. I was considering facial hair too, but I'll end up liking him more without it. Here he reminds me an actor from a famously bad movie from ages ago. Anyway, the white and gold is a dressier aesthetic in my opinion. Kinda wants to look luxurious. So of course he will get a shirt, dressy pants and shoes, gold accessories, and his necklace gives a hint. The first name popping up seemed too ethnicity linked, so he became Robin instead. He's such a lover. He enjoys relationships so much, he wants several of them at a time. I mean, acceptable for the baby making purposes. I made him a creative soul who is also a perfectionist. Would you guess that he is a merman with golden tail? I wanted some of them to be related, and if they should all be young adults, the easiest way is to make them brothers. Of course, I will change some of his features, despite starting with the genetics option. The brother is equally attractive, if not more, but his style will cover it up a little bit. The retro or vintage style does not mean the same to me as grandpa's style. It would be closer to the academic one from the previous family. Retro haircut, mustache that I always consider old school even though it is modern again. Jacket with a sweater underneath but much more neutral in colors, black pants, boots. The Sims base game is retro enough in my opinion, so if I chose his outfit from it, I practically nailed it. Do you agree? He will not be an occult sim, just a regular, hardworking dude named Brian. For aspiration, I chose from the social category. He seems like a leader to me. I leave his profession on your imagination. Feel free to comment your suggestions. Where would an outgoing art lover with a refined taste work? Here we have our next baby daddy. Time to create a more casual style again. The outdoor style. My goal was to end up with a face that does not look very friendly. Again, not to make anyone with this style or similar face angry, just for variety in the family. Here from the profile, he looks a bit like Voldemort, doesn't he? I know that he has a prominent nose, but if you squint a little... I love playing with genetics. It excites me to see what certain combinations of parents do to a child's appearance. So here we have a longer face with a mouth pointing a bit downwards. He's a badass. The clothing should be simple, comfortable, outdoorsy, something you will wear while hiking, fishing, or chilling in the woods, sleeping in a tent. You've got the idea. I gave him a quite German-sounding name, Alexander, with this surname, but I don't hate it. Don't ask me to pronounce it though. Of course he loves nature, and his face is already telling us that he's not a big fan of people. He looks like an appropriate candidate for a tattoo, so I tried the custom painting mode to give him a spider. Hang in there just a little bit. If you like men in suits, this style is for you. I imagine someone conventionally attractive, popular, successful. Some of you may think of Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. Yes, I'm that old. But I wanted to create someone with dark, slick back hair and more muscular body. I was wondering, how can I make a symmetrical face with ready-to-kiss lips and sleep in a glimmer of danger? Is it present in the serious expression, slightly diagonal eyebrows, and the total absence of a smile? I wasn't happy with the pre-made suits. It would be too easy of a job. So I have found a dark blue jacket and paired it with the pants from the same pack. His hairstyle is screaming well-mannered, so I changed it last minute. I made our suit guy a fortune-oriented, ambitious, competitive person. And I believe he will have enough time to acquire wealth, since Matteo here is not a simple businessman. He is a powerful vampire. The last man in this video will not be wealthy at all. It's not that easy for everyone, especially if you are young and haven't been around for a few hundred years already. So we are designing a poor-looking person. Again, without the intention to hurt anyone's feelings. I just know we have some dirty, torn clothing pieces in the game, so why wouldn't we create a personality around them? This dude is very skinny, pale, with a long face, both literally and figuratively, and shaggy hair. Maybe I should have kept the first haircut. That was more messy, but this one makes him at least a bit upkept. First, I was looking at basic sweatshirts or hoodies with holes in them, but I like this one. It's enough to have torn shorts and muddy sneakers. At least the top can be okay quality. I'm not even sure if this person is necessarily that poor. We are creating an aesthetic, not a social class. Kevin here chose this lifestyle. He wants to be filthy, live frugally, and doesn't care about personal boundaries. Let's have a little recap. We have an athletic cool guy, Jordan, John with the style of a grandpa, Mike the vibrant bubbly fairy, Robin the luxurious merman, his brother retro-styled Brian, outdoorsy Alexander, Matteo, a hot vampire in a suit, and Kevin, who lives frugally.
I appreciate every like, comment, and subscription from you. Next time, we will create something thematic again, so stay tuned. Thank you for being here. Be nice and kind to each other. Bye!